Hello everyone, Nigel Saunders here. About a year ago I started a Tamarix Bonsai. Here's a close-up of the tree. This tree is just starting its bonsai journey. I want to style this tree like a desert tree. I want it to look like an old ancient tree that's just barely surviving. So it'll have a lot of dead wood and broken branches and that kind of a look. There's not much work to do on the tree today. I'm just going to prune off some of the longer shoots. There's one sticking straight up here. I'll prune back shorter. Another one here. And that's about it for the pruning today. I bought this tree a year ago for $12, and all the work I've been doing to it has been captured on my videos. So if you go to the channel and click on the playlist tab, you can find the playlist for my Tamarix Bonsai to see all the steps I've taken and get the tree to this stage in a year. There's a lot of new buds forming on the tree here. So in future I'll have to do some branch selection and thin the tree out eventually as it grows larger. But for now I'm just growing the trunk and growing the branches. These Tamarix trees can be grown as an evergreen, so you can keep the leaves on all year round if you're in a warmer climate. Or if you want to do like me, I let the leaves fall off in winter and then I bring it inside to the cold basement. So I treat it more as a temperate tree. So this tree lost all its leaves last winter, and in spring they all grew out. And they get little pink flowers all over them. So one of these years I'll let it grow in spring and we'll see all the pink flowers on it. These trees are sort of like a willow. Their branches are prone to die back. They say you'll just suddenly lose a branch for almost no reason. So when you're styling a tree like this, keep that in mind that, you know, any branch can die at any time. So just kind of style it in a general wild style. So if a branch dies, it won't affect the overall design of the tree. I've never seen a Tamarix tree in a bonsai show up in Canada that I can recall anyway. When I go to a bonsai show, I like seeing lots of different species of trees. Strange and unusual trees. It just adds to the show to have lots of variety. Today has been more of an update than doing actual work on the tree. A lot of people have been asking how this tree's looking. So now we'll go to today's update. Today's update is my larch bonsai, the one with the rugged looking trunk. In the last video on this tree, I raised the height of the tree in the pot to expose more of the root base. And the roots are slowly taking on the color of the upper trunk, but it'll take a while before they blend in perfectly. I try and capture all the work I do to my trees on the videos. However, this one I took to a workshop and I worked on the tree off camera. So I'll describe what I did to the tree. This tree always had a nasty bulge here where a branch was removed, and it spoiled the taper going from the trunk up to the top of the tree. It got thinner, and then I got a big thick bulge here and then thinner again. So it kind of had, it was quite ugly. So I decided to take the plunge and do a big cut at the back, taking a large chunk of wood off. Here's a close-up of the wound. You can see some resin oozing out of the wound. This was done about a month ago at Serenity Gardens. The reason I did this cut is I was inspired by some of the other trees there, and I saw how much these wounds will close in just a few years. So it's a big wound, but I think it'll heal fairly quickly. Up top in the tree, I did some branch selection, removing some of the thicker branches and keeping the thinner ones. This tree is starting its second flush of growth. You can see the new needles coming in, which are about half the size of the ones that came out in spring. On a healthy larch tree, you can get up to 4 flushes of growth per season. It's time now for today's viewers' picks. Today's picks are sent in by Dean from Tennessee. He's got a couple of Schefflera bonsais that he's working on developing. You can see in some of the pictures he's got straws guiding the aerial roots down into the soil. You can send your viewers' pics into the link in the description below this video. That's all for today's video. So Nigel Saunders, thanks for watching and happy growing.